Okay, so let me show you what I've got going on here. I'm getting ready to do the layup in the vacuum bag. So I wanted to show you that I've got everything ready to go because I'm going to be using that fast epoxy. So it'll set up pretty quick. But I've got my tape. This is butyl tape for vacuum bagging. I've also taken this this bolt or screw, and this is what holds the bottle cage on there. And I've taken that and put some Teflon tape on the threads, and also waxed it down so that the epoxy won't stick to it. The Teflon tape I used so that the air wouldn't come up through there and make vacuum leaks in the bag. So the frame's pretty much ready to go. Right here I've got my my layup schedule. I used that piece of paper like I told you. I've got the correct width, and I've also found out where the bolt hole goes. And so I've cut this out on the carbon fiber here. You can see it there. You also see it on the other side. This is the bidirectional weave, and also the unidirectional weave. So this will go backwards to what you're seeing here. So basically you take this this pre-preg when we make it and put that on top of the bike, so that'll go the frame, and then the unidirectional, then the bidirectional, and then some peel ply. And the peel ply will just be there to separate the carbon fiber from the breather cloth. So that's that there, the breather. I've also got my tube ready to go with some butyl tape on the end there. This is for the vacuum line. I'll plug this in and into the manifold, and that goes to the vacuum pump. So I'm going to be using some Stretchlon vacuum bagging material. I love this stuff. Highly recommend it. If you don't have any of this, you know, use what you got. And then also I've got this piece of butyl tape on the end here. When this wraps around the frame, this will attach to the other side so it makes a tube. Okay, so this part might be a little bit long and boring, but it'll be very educational. Okay, I've got this thing vacuum bagged, and it's pulling about 25 inches of mercury. So we got a good suction there. One thing to note is you'll see a little bit of wrinkling in the bag. That's okay. However, you got to be careful with wrinkling in the layup. A lot of times you'll think that it's just the breather that's wrinkling, but in reality it's the carbon fiber as well. So if you get any type of wrinkling, that uni, a lot of times if the wrinkling is going lengthwise of the down tube, you're okay, because the wrinkling is actually just squishing the uni this way. So what you'd have to do is sand that off, sand off the outer layer of carbon fiber, which is the one that we put on the 45, and then rewrap it and vacuum bag it again, or tape it, or whatever you're using. So anyway, I just wanted to let you know that this looks pretty good so far. I will come back in a few hours and pull it apart and see what it looks like. Okay, so here's what this looks like after the vacuum bag and breather and pill ply has been taken off. This is before any type of sanding. Now I'm not going to sand this until after I filled it. And the reason why is because I want to take off as little of this carbon fiber as possible. And what I'm going to be trying to do is blend this here and probably up into here somewhere with filler. I'm going to use split second because it's a lightweight filler, so it'll add less weight to the frame. You know, Bondo or something like that will add a little more weight to it. Probably not too noticeable though. The difference may not mean much, but anyway, that's what I'm going to use. So I'm going to go ahead and get started on that. You can see here that this was a good layup. There's very little wrinkling. There's a little spot here, just a tiny little bit of a wrinkle, and a tiny one right here, which that'll sand off okay without jeopardizing the integrity of the frame. So anyway, pleased with it so far, and I will start filling and fill you in there. Okay, so I got this filled with that split second filler, and you can see here how it filled in the dips and the cloth weave there. That's good because we didn't take away too much of the wrap structure. So it's better to have more filler than it is to sand away too much carbon fiber. You can also see here that we transitioned from the wrap to the frame, and that turned out well. And also here, the longer out you go here, the less noticeable it's going to be. This is probably okay though. I looked down the tube and it looked pretty straight. Too bad we couldn't save the Giant, but I'd rather have the Giant painted over than have the Giant and a bulge here. So anyway, getting ready to paint it. I've hit this with some 320 all around here. This is the area we're going to paint. So let me show you what I've done. I've went to the automotive store and picked up some Dubicolor primer, and I just went ahead and picked out the best matching paint I could find for this frame. Now, one thing to note is you could have a professional do this. He's probably going to charge you around $100 to $200. If you go to the auto body paint shop, they're going to charge you to match the frame. Giant does not give out their color codes, which is unfortunate because they don't really want you to repair their carbon fiber frames if you have a problem. So I went ahead and found that color that best matches it, and then some clear coat to go on top of that. Okay, the nice thing about using primer is that it helps to show you all of the imperfections that you still need to fill in. Usually when I'm doing this, I don't try to fill it all before priming it. I'll usually prime it and then fill in all these little imperfections and spots with some Pro glazing putty, and then I'll prime over that again. So just wanted to show you this and let you know that it's normal for this to look like it does. Okay, I've gone ahead and primed this, and you can see here that I've actually taken some tape and I removed it basically so I can get a nice transfer a feather into this existing paint. You know, if I go like this, I can feel that primer on there. You can see here how I've feathered it into that paint, so hopefully I'll get a nice transition there. You know, I like the way that this looks with the contrast and colors. I kind of wish I would have done this a different color other than white, because that white's going to be tough to match. In fact, when I looked at it in the sun, it looked like it was a little bit whiter than the white that's on here already. So, you know, if my friend wants to paint this, he can. No big deal. I'm not offended. But I thought I would go ahead and paint it, you know, as close as I could to see if he liked it. Okay, so here is the finish of the repair job that I just did. Painted it yesterday, pulled the tape off of it, and it turned out really nice. You know, the only problems with it are what we expected, which was the paint color is different from the original. So when I masked this off, I tried to mask it off straight so it looked good. If you're concerned about it, you can put decals on there in that transition, and you'd never know. So there's the head tube transition. You can see it's slightly different color. It actually looks worse on the video than in real life. But anyway, the down tube where we wrapped it right here, the transition and the The way we blended it turned out really nice. Can't even tell that there was ever a crack or a repair job done there. So I'm happy with that. See if I can give you a different angle on it. I don't know if you can see it real good, but the way that it blended was really nice. So happy with that. As far as weight goes, we added about 1/10 of a pound to it. So not a huge difference there. As far as safety and reliability now, where we did the repair, I'm 99.9% sure that area is now as strong, if not stronger, than the factory original. And the reason why I say that is because I added almost twice as much carbon fiber just in the wrap around that area. And if you can remember, there was no damage here on the bottom of the down tube, just some cracks on the top. So got those nice and sturdy now. As far as other parts on the bike frame, I couldn't see any structural damage from the outside. Like I was telling you earlier, I'd need endoscopes and thermal imaging stuff to really know for sure. But I'm fairly confident that this frame is in working order, and I would myself be willing to go out and ride this and not worry about it. I wanted to show you this bike with all the components and wheels and everything put back on it. My friend went ahead and bought another frame from Giant. They gave him a discount since this frame broke. Set him back 700 bucks, and I bet if he saw this now, he'd probably wish he would have saved his money and just went with this repair job. Material wise, got about $50 into it. Time took about I don't know, if you're new at this, it'll probably take you about 5 or 6 hours to do it. A professional will do this job for about $250. I just had a cousin who had a bike frame that cracked along the top tube, and it cost him 250 bucks to have it repaired. They'll do a little nicer paint job for you. Anyway, if somebody like me did it, you might be able to find someone like me to do it for 150 bucks or so. Anyway, if you guys have any questions or comments, go ahead and leave them below. Hope you guys learned something from this, and just remember to be safe. Test your frame out. Don't ride it on busy roads for maybe a couple hundred miles, just to make sure that it's going to go good. Maybe take it over a little bit of rough terrain. Listen for cracking. Anything that feels funny, if anything's mushy, stop riding it. Just be careful. Do pre-ride inspections on it, just to make sure that everything is good. So anyway, hope you guys like this video. If you have any comments or questions, you can find me at theprojectjunkie.com, where you can find other projects and some other cool stuff. I built a couple of bikes that has tutorials on there for bike builds. So anyway, I will catch you guys next time. Oh, let me show you this. Got to be careful with this. This is what I was telling you about, the Exotherm. When you have too much epoxy together, it starts to get real hot like this. You can see it starting to melt the cup. So, I've never had this stuff catch fire, but there's always a first time for everything.